It's nearly 3 a.m., so I have to be somewhat quiet when I do my live stream right now. This week has been very, very stressful. It's very stressful. Um, losing JM this week on top of there were at least 4 other people that I know that passed just this year. Just this year. Only one of them was like old enough. She still wasn't even. She was like in her early 60s, and she went in for what was supposed to be a normal heart procedure because she had a blockage, and she didn't make it out of the surgery. She didn't make it out. The other were 4 men, 2 around the age of 40, 2 around the age of 30, and only one I'm aware of was a COVID death, actually. But that was a horrible, horrible death. On a ventilator, organs failing, oxygen escaping from his lungs and getting trapped under his skin. Horrible death. But what seems to be happening is that because our medical resources are so tied up with treating COVID patients, because we still have this big problem of people not getting vaccinated, not doing enough to flatten the curve, not wearing masks, all of these things. It creates a backup of our medical system where you can't, there aren't enough resources to just get regular treatments, and so people aren't taking care of themselves. And I know I haven't either, and I'm like really paranoid now, which is why I'm up at 3 a.m. watching people just dropping dead is making me incredibly paranoid that if I go to sleep tonight, will I wake up? So actually, like when I go to sleep, and because of the pandemic, right, the stress of the pandemic for the last year and a half, when I go to sleep, I have a lot of anxiety and chest pain as a result of everything we've gone through for the last year and a half. It's super stressful, and I'm sure that I am not the only one, and that it's really not good for our organs, right, to be in constant stress like this. And all I can say is, as a political organizer, how can you ever vote Republican ever again after they have consistently put us through these stressful situations over and over again? Because remember that the entire first term for George Bush was just equally as stressful, with the terror alerts every night, the terror alert warnings every single night. They thrive on fear and stress, and they put us in positions of failure that will lose lives. I just can't even imagine ever voting for a Republican ever again after everything that we've been through. But yeah, I'm up at 3 a.m. because I'm freaked out. I lie down, I'm like, oh, my chest hurts. I hope I'm not having a heart attack. I know I'm not. I know it's anxiety. I know it is because I know what it feels like. It's still stressful, like, because especially during COVID, like anything that goes wrong, it's like, oh my God, do I have COVID? Do I have it? And I know I don't, but it doesn't change the fact that there's that paranoia in the back of my head. Um, it was nice to visit with family yesterday and today because I don't get to do that often enough. And that does help. That is a little bit of a stress reliever. But this week's been awful. This week has been very, very stressful. I don't, I've been watching, I'm trying not to like reach out too much to JM's family because I know that they have a lot to deal with right now, but I am kind of watching to see if there's going to be any sort of memorial services or something. Obviously, I can't go in person if they do this up in Portland, but even if they have like a Zoom memorial, that would be nice. That's what we did for Joe Drana. There were a couple of different Zoom memorials for Joe because he had friends throughout the country, and that's the same with JM. JM had friends all over the world because we all knew each other through chatting on the Star Wars message boards. That's how we all met. I'm gonna try and lie down again, but not right now. I hope everybody else out there can find your peace. I'm desperately trying to find my peace. It is so hard to get through the anxiety of what we're going through. It's really hard, especially when we're losing people. I don't know about you guys, but 5 this year for me of people that I actually knew, right? Like their phone numbers are in my phone. Kind of, like I have their phone numbers, I talk to them. People I knew. Um, there were a lot more people that I knew of, or that were like friends of friends, or I can't even count that up. I can't even count that up. Um, if you haven't been vaccinated yet, please go get vaccinated. There's no excuse anymore. And for employers, please start mandating masks. If you're going to force people to work in an office environment, in an indoor environment, please mandate masks. Otherwise, allow people to work from home. It's not fair for any of you to ask us to risk our lives for your bottom line.